refresh for 2025. I'm excited because I'm gonna get to test drive this Lincoln Aviator Reserve. It's my first time test driving this vehicle, so I'm not gonna be an expert. That's why I got somebody who is an expert. Hey, Matt.
Hey, Brian, nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. Matt Pacell is a salesman here at Smale Lincoln in Greensburg, and let's get this test drive going.
Let's do it.
If you're interested in an Aviator, come check us out. We're online at smalelincoln.com. And of course, the exterior of this vehicle, first thing I'm noticing is the paint color, right, Matt? It's like a dark graphite.
Yes, this is the Asher Gray.
Depending on what sunlight's hitting it, it's either a brighter gray or a darker gray, right?
It is, absolutely. The sun plays a big part on the way it looks. All the blackout trim, and that is with the jet package. This car has black wheels, black trim around the windows and roof rails. It's a really sharp looking car.
And we do have a 24 Aviator in the showroom, so I can tell the difference in the headlights here. Strikingly different. You obviously have those big sweeping daytime running lights.
Absolutely, that's part of the refresh. You get redesigned headlights as long as that front grille. So you'll notice from between the 24 and 25, it is a lot larger.
You obviously have those LED headlights in there as well. The daytime running lights also have a very nice welcoming lighting feature to them as well. It kind of sweeps across the front of the vehicle.
With your key fob in hand, when you walk up close to the vehicle, you get the Lincoln welcome lighting. Headlights, as well as the Lincoln logos will shoot onto the ground at the doors. 22-inch wheels with the low profile tires give it a really sleek look.
With the blacked out features, the chrome accents really pop, like the Aviator logo there on the side.
The key fob in your pocket, just place your hand in the door handle and it'll open right up.
Yeah.
So no need to pull the key fob out and hit the unlock button.
That's pretty easy. And if I want to lock it up.
Yeah, you have your red lock right below the numbers there. Tap that and everything's locked up, secured as you're walking away.
It looks like we have a nice sweeping tail light that really glows in this overcast day. We have quad exhaust back here. Anything else to note?
This particular one, you'll notice it has the cutout where there's a hitch, 4 and 7 pin for hooking up a trailer. So it does have the tow package included on this one, Brian.
With the press of the button on the key fob, we're able to bring up that automatic tailgate, which will come up and down for you. You do have some storage back here. You have some additional storage underneath here, it looks like. I'm noticing a 12-volt charger and some hookups there. And obviously we can put down this third row.
That's right, yeah, all power third row, so that's super convenient.
Yeah, and that gives you a lot of extra space in here. So jumping into the third row here, let's see how much space we have. One button on top leans that seat forward. It makes it very easy for me to get back here. We do have, I got an okay amount of space back here, but I think these seats are probably better for younger
Absolutely,
people.
yeah, and a lot of younger kids use the walk-through through the
yeah.
middle instead of.
That is nice.
Very convenient to just walk through for a smaller kid.
Yeah, some other nice convenient factors back here. You have some lights, you have ventilation on either side, cup holders, and on this side, right over here, you have 2 USB-C fast charging ports. So you do have some options back here in the third row. Let's jump up to those second row seats and see what we got there. We have these nice brown leather seats. What are these called?
Yeah, that's new for this year, Brian. This is
Really?
called hot chocolate.
Well, I love it because it's got that perforated leather. The stitching looks really nice. It reminds me of a baseball glove. I absolutely love that. Looking here towards the center, we have our adjustments for our audio controls, our climate controls, our seat controls. It looks like we have heated and cold seats.
Heated and cold, absolutely.
That's very
The kids
cool.
are even comfortable.
Yeah, exactly. You have 2 USB-C fast charging ports and a 110 3-prong house outlet. You have your cup holders down here. You can see, a little bit of storage down here. And my favorite thing, we got these captain's chairs, so you have a nice little armrest back here. Of course, this gives me a lot of visibility back here too, because we have this large panoramic sunroof, and I imagine that's going to allow us to have a lot more air in the cabin too. We're going to test that out on the test drive. One other thing I want to mention, if you do want to cut back the visibility here, you obviously have a shade up here, but you also have a shade on your window here. Easy peasy, just like that. You can cut back the light that's coming in. So really cool features back here. Let's jump up to those front seats and see what we got up there. So Matt actually had a client come in, so we're gonna finish this test drive without him, but he did give me the rundown, so let's go through it right now. I'd like to show you the image of the 2024 Aviator here, and Let's go to this hot chocolate interior on this 2025 Aviator. Definitely you can see that there are big differences with the screens. Actually, the center screen here is a 13.2 inch and the instrument cluster is now a 12.4 inch screen, so bigger screens there. So this vehicle also has a 3-liter V6 turbocharged engine. It's going to be a lot of fun to drive. I'm really excited about that as well. Something I can't really show you adequately in the video except for maybe a few images. We have a 28 speaker system in here and it sounds great. It's a Revel system. I was testing it out when we were driving it around. It sounds great. On the doors, you're going to notice the ability to change your seats 30 different ways. They're action motion seats and they have massaging features, so I'm going to be enjoying that on the test drive. Turning the vehicle on, one press of the button, engine start, stop button right there, and you see everything light up here, right? We have a nice big display that we were talking about, and it has navigation built into it. It looks like it's Google navigation. So you can have your Google navigation nice, big, blown up for you there while you're driving. You have the ability to change a lot of different things on here, including your ambient lighting in here. Looks like you have a bunch of different ways that you can adjust it, and several different options for colors. When we come down here, you can see all of your apps. You have your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto on this vehicle, and it's wireless. How great is that? So you'll be able to connect to your phone to make phone calls, send text messages, leave yourself reminders. You can use your navigation on your phone through there as well as a bunch of other things like listen to your own music. Up here on the screen, you also have the ability to adjust your seat settings. So you have a heated steering wheel, you have heated seats, cooled seats, or you can automatically do whatever you want there. That's pretty cool. And it looks like over here on the passenger side, you have heated and cooled seats as well. That's really nice. If we come down here, you have your shifter, which is your piano key shifter. If you have your foot on the brake, you can just switch into reverse, neutral, drive, or park. This would normally take up a lot of space on your console, as you know, but this just kind of tucks it away. Down here we have our volume controls and power button for our radio and a whole bunch of other features here, like your parking sensors. You also have your camera button there. You have your 4-way flashers, your idle engine off button. This is your traction control right here. So we do have a wireless charger down here. That's new in the location. You have 2 cup holders in there. So we do have our drive modes here. Whenever I select this, it changes them. So we have our normal mode. If I select to the right, we then go over to slippery. It's for slick, icy, and loose surfaces. And then right again, we have deep conditions like your deep snow and mud assist. And let's go over the other direction. We have our conserve or efficiency driving mode, so for fuel efficiency. And then one more left, we have our excite mode. That's going to be our responsive and engaging driving mode, and that's going to be like our sport mode. So on your steering wheel, first thing you're going to notice up here on the top left is you have your push to talk button to engage your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Below that, you have your volume buttons and your seeking buttons for your radio. This button is actually really important. This is your adaptive cruise control button. Once I press that, it's going to light up the rest of these buttons below. So you can actually see if I turn it off, turn it back on, it's going to light up these buttons. On the bottom half, that's going to set my cruise control settings, and on the right half, that's going to set my gap adjustment between me and the vehicle in front of me. Moving over to the right side of the steering wheel, we actually have a button here. Whenever I press that, it's going to change different things up here on my dashboard. I can change my trip meter, my tire pressure. I can put my map view up there if I want. Let's go ahead and put that up there so you can actually see. I can tell where I am on navigation and what turns I'm going to be doing. There's a lot of stuff in this car.
Yeah, you get the Blue Cruise standard now.
Blue Cruise is in here.
Yeah.
Really?
Blue Cruise standard.
We're going to take it out on the road here in a minute.
Awesome.
So good luck.
Have fun. Thanks,
Yep.
brother.
I can make phone calls if I go right, and if I go down, it allows me to change my heads-up display, which let's talk about that here for a second. Because we actually have a lot of features up there. We have our miles to empty, we have our speed, we have, whether we're in park or drive, we have our safety settings and the speed limit sign and the time up there. So you have a lot of different features directly in front of you. That's really cool to have. And it's a very vibrant display, even through my sunglasses. This large panoramic sunroof has a shade. One press of the button, I can bring that forward if I really want. I want to keep that open for purposes of the video. I can open up this sunroof, which is great. It has a nice little windscreen up here. It's going to cut back from those harsh noises and the wind that would come in and mess up your hair, for those of you with hair. And obviously, you have the ability to put that back a little bit further, so you can get a lot of air in here. One press of the button all the way forward. And one thing I don't want to forget to mention is this armrest. It looks absolutely huge. Let's take a look. You have a lot of space in this armrest, a little coin pouch. You have a 12-volt charger and a USB-C fast charging port. Actually, 2 of those in there. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get this thing out onto the road and test out some of these features that I really can't wait to test out. All right, let's test out this V6, get it out onto the highway. All right, well, you can definitely, I felt it. I'm sure my cameraman felt it back there trying to steady the camera. This is just normal mode, but that V6 really puts a lot of power out there and gets us up to speed very quickly. Switching this over into Excite mode. Instantly, my steering has tightened up. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the accelerator. Wow, and you can just hear that. You can hear that engine really pick up and really deliver on not just the noise, but the power. Definitely seems to be more responsive. Obviously, like I said, the steering wheel's tighter, and it feels really great. Man, before you know it, you're just taking off. It's a really great sound. It's a really great feel. And it's nice to see that even in a SUV like this, you have a lot more sporty feel to it too. I'm gonna go ahead and activate the adaptive cruise control here. Hitting the button, I can see that it's active on my heads-up display and that it's registering a vehicle in front of me. I can also change the gap distance between me and the vehicle in front of me. And there's little buttons actually on the back of these lit up buttons here that you see. Those, you don't actually press those in, but there's buttons behind them to change your gap and to change your speed. We can actually see here the vehicle is slowing us to about 53 miles per hour. The vehicle in front of us is going slower than what I have set, so it is slowing us down. And it does look like that's going to bring us all the way down to a complete stop. As the vehicle in front of us starts to slow down, yeah, well within that range. Now we're speeding back up. This vehicle has a 4-year, 50,000-mile warranty, a 4-year, 50,000-mile pickup and delivery service, as well as a 6-year, 70,000-mile powertrain warranty. I went ahead and activated the lane keep assist. It's right here up by the, looks like the headlights. It's a little button that you press in, and whenever I did that, I can see that it's registering the edges of the road around me. So this vehicle is essentially driving itself. I'm being attentive to what's going on here. It's telling me to keep my hands on the steering wheel, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. But it's registering the lines of the road and kind of pinballing me between the lines of the road. So let's go ahead and do that. It's honestly not even pinballing me. It's just keeping me within the lines of the road. It's doing a really good job, and this vehicle is stopping based on the vehicle in front of us, and it's coming all the way down to a complete stop. My foot is off the brake, it's off the accelerator. But right now, this vehicle did that all itself, so pretty cool. They're starting to speed up, so we'll speed up. So let's check out this backup camera, because we got a nice large backup camera here. We have projected lines that change angle as we go back into a spot, and it looks like you have the ability to line up a hitch too with that center line. As I get close to an object, it's going to beep at me and alert me the closer I get to it. And you can see it's pretty easy to see there. You have a lot of alerts going off. Let's go ahead and look at our different views, right? Because we have a 360 view there, and we have our aura view, I call it. Kind of shows you where something is behind you. You also have a nice big, larger, like a 180 style view for the backup, as well as your hitch view. You can look straight down and get right up against something. So really nice to have all those different features. So you'll notice as we're in reverse here, it's telling me that a vehicle is approaching on my right side. It's got an audible alert and a visual one. So pretty hard to mistake whenever something's behind you. It's nice to have that extra backup sensor and eyes whenever you're in a busy parking lot situation like we are today. So you're going to notice that I have a vehicle coming up in my blind spot. Whenever that occurs, you're going to notice that my mirror lights up. When I turn on my turn signal, that's going to now flash at me to alert me not to make that left-hand turn, that somebody's over there. So with all these really great safety, technology, and luxury features in the 2025 Lincoln Aviator, it's easy to see why this is a favorite in the Lincoln lineup. If you guys have questions, leave them in the comment section below. We'll make sure to get Matt to answer them for you. You can check out our inventory at smaillincoln.com. And until next time, enjoy the ride.